a lot of hard experiences, but I think the hardest thing, like I said earlier, was just learning how to really love someone. In my first area, there were a lot of people who weren't kind. I was spit on once and chased down a block once, and I'm very a non-contentious person, and so when that sort of thing happened, I would just want to cry. Like, don't be mean to me. But I had an experience. My companion and I we tried this 40-day fast where we wrote a list of 10 things, 5 things we wanted to start doing, and 5 things we wanted to stop doing. And so one of my lists was, stop forgetting to turn off my brights, because I was really bad at that. Or, stop, whatever it was that we were working on. And then my biggest one, though, was to gain a better relationship with Jesus Christ, and to learn to love everyone. And like I said, I thought I did. I thought I was always a kind, happy, loving person. But I learned very quickly when someone puts down Joseph Smith or the Book of Mormon or something that I, felt something about, it got me pretty upset. And so there was this man that we had been trying to see. He acted interested, but then he'd be really mean to us, and we'd say, okay, not today. And he lived around the corner from us, and so we'd always walk by, and he'd always be out mowing his lawn. And one day he just grilled us and yelled at us and gave us the good person test, which you'll probably get. People ask you, have you ever committed a sin? Oh, yeah, of course we're not perfect. Or have you ever committed adultery? And you're like, oh, it's kind of personal, but no, or whatever. And they'll ask all these questions, and essentially you'll get to the end of this quiz, and they'll say, oh, well, you're going to hell like everybody else. And it's just like, oh, man, it just gets really disheartening to be told that you're not going to make it. And it kind of swaps, you see the perspective change, because you hear of so many people of all faiths tell others that they're wrong, or that, you're going to a bad place, or you're just not worth it. And it kind of opens your eyes to realize that as a missionary and as a person, like, our goal should be to just lose all judgment, because I think it's one of, like, our worst enemies. And so I think when you're able to do that, you're able to get to the level where you understand, no matter who this person is, what they've done, what they are doing, they're still your brother, they're still your sister, and you want them to be a part of something that you love so much. And so we've been praying, my companion and I, for 40 days to stop and start these things. This man we were seeing, and he was yelling at us again and telling us how wrong we are. And mostly I would just get impatient, or I'd start crying. I'd say, we need to go, sir. I just felt this immense love, and all I wanted to do was just hug him to death, and just bring him to church and let him to feel, because you always want to show them, I want to show you, come look at this, just come read this, come do this. But you really just need to help people to feel it. And in order to do that, you have to love them. And if you don't, that's, the Spirit can't be there, and it just makes things a lot harder. And so it was a really neat experience to be able to truly feel how Heavenly Father felt for this man.